We'll start with Steve Robertson.
Hey, JaVonta, Coach Burr was just in here talking about how much running you guys are doing, and we've seen some comments on social media. How much different is this, and what's really different about how you guys are practicing?
It's totally different from last season. Really, how we practice now is like every play is basically, a pass play. We always running down the field, trying to get deep, trying to get open. So, it's constantly running, both offense and defense. So that's really the main difference this year. Most players, us running deep or, trying to get open across the field somewhere. So that's one thing that's different about this offense this year from the one last year.
Up next, we'll go to Ben Portnoy.
JaVonta, kind of touching off of that, I guess, what's it been like for you, and how do you feel like you kind of fit into this offense, and what's that been like kind of being a focal point?
Honestly, it's totally different. This is my first time being in an offense like this, and I'm excited. I feel like this is the best fit for me, especially since I moved to slot this year. It's a lot of, one-on-one with linebackers and safeties, and you couldn't ask for nothing better than that. And I'm just really excited to show everybody what I can do this year and how offense is going to take the top off.
Just quickly off that, I mean, what's that transition to slot been like for you? I guess how easy or how long has that taken for you?
Honestly, I mean, it wasn't too different because when I was my first year playing receiver, which was my junior year in high school, that was actually the position I started with. So I got to play 1 year at slot, and then I went straight to outside. So this is my second year, and I mean, I'm pretty confident about it. I get to run a lot more inside routes, so I'm excited about that.
Up next, we'll go to Joel Coleman.
JaVonta, I know that you're busy right now trying to learn things on your own, but when you have time to look out there and see your teammates and things, who's kind of catching your eye? Both guys that's been there and some of these young guys, some of the freshmen that are out there. Who's kind of catching your eye right now?
Man, that's the thing, man. It's so many of them guys. It's crazy. But some guys that I can really say, that's stepping up like big time. Tulu and Rufus. They two freshmen that have been out there with us for a little minute, and them boys got some serious speed too that I think a lot of people are gonna be excited about when they get to see them boys play. So I can say them two players right there at the receiver position have really been doing their thing. So
up next, we'll go to Paul Jones.
JaVonta, obviously you did a lot of different things besides play wide receiver last year. You returned kicks, and you were one of the best tacklers they had on coverage units. Or I guess they're keeping you pretty busy in practice still, and are you keeping those same roles along with wide receiver?
You already know I'm doing that too. So, yeah, I'm excited about that as well. Last year was my first year actually going down on kickoff, punt return, everything really on special teams other than, returning the ball. So, I did that new last year, and I'm really excited to get back on the field and do that again this year, especially with the experience I have now.
Up next, we'll go to Steve again.
JaVonta, a lot of people have asked about KJ Costello, but it seems like sometimes Garrett Schrader gets lost in the conversation. He won some big games for you guys last year. What have you seen from Garrett in practice, and how is he kind of acclimating to this new system in your eyes?
Honestly, Garrett, just like the other quarterbacks, they all, getting it down, learning it pretty easy. They all working together, with Leach every day, with all the other offensive staff members, getting the offense down packed, trying to get it down like the back of their hand. So I can definitely say Garrett's going out there, doing his thing just like all the other quarterbacks are. So.
Up next, we'll go Joe Cook.
Yeah, man, I want to give you a perspective on just how it is being a wide receiver in this offense. Is it weird not having maybe a traditional 1, 2, 3, 4? It seems like everyone's going to get an opportunity to really make plays. Does that make it easier as a receiver knowing okay, I'm not really going for the top spot. I just have to go out here and execute?
Yeah, I can definitely say that. Yes, it is a lot. I can definitely say it's a lot easier knowing that with this offense, it's not just one guy who can be open. It's literally everybody on the field has a chance to, get open. So this offense right here, man, is really something special. Like I said, I've never been in anything like this before, and I'm really just excited to, start. I'm ready for week 1, man. I'm ready to get out there and work, and, show everybody what we really made of.
All right, we'll go back to Paul.
JaVonta, when you're in the slot, and I know it's early in camp and you'll see a lot of different guys covering you, but so far on the other side of the ball, when you're in the slot, who's kind of giving you your toughest matchup so far in coverage?
Well, that's where you asked that because I was just talking about it in the locker room. Fred Peters. Definitely Fred Peters, man. That's my guy. You know, I played against him in JUCO, so he got to guard me when we played Jones my sophomore year. So definitely Fred Peters.
What makes him tough in that matchup?
Fred just has that type of discipline. You know, with my speed, he knows how he really. I think it's really when me playing with him in JUCO, you know, it's just a lot of experience. Really, you know, him going against me in the past and knowing what I like to do. It's a battle with us every day. You know, he gets his plays, I get my plays. But like I said, I love competing against him because he's gonna make me better and I'm gonna make him better. So.
All right, we'll go to Ben.
JaVonta, I think I saw it right that you're the first guy to wear number 0 at Mississippi State. What was the decision behind that? How'd you kind of pick out on number 0?
See, honestly, 0 was, you know, when I first heard about them saying that, you know, this could be the first year somebody could wear it, I was like, I don't know how it would look. That was my first thought on like the number 0. But you know, a lot of people told me used to say I wear number 0 because nobody can guard me. So that's I'm on no. I'm probably try to go with that. You know, it'll have a tip on my shoulder, but that's something I'm gonna want this year.
Up next, we'll go to Joel.
JaVonta, I don't know if it's fair to ask you this because I'm asking you another question about somebody else, but Kylan Hill, you having those receiving skills you got, what does Kylan look like as a receiver out there trying to catch the ball?
Just like a receiver as well. I honestly, you know, this is my first year seeing Kylan, you know, really just get into the route game and stuff. Kylan can run some great routes. He gets open just like he's a receiver. So this offense is definitely going, you know, he going to do some big numbers in this offense, especially Kylan. You know, with his skill set, how fast he is, how quick he is, this is really going to be a big year for him as well.
All right. Well, if we don't have anyone else, thank you for joining us today.